this episode. We've got a lot to cover today, and I think it'll be really exciting. So let's start with David here. What do you got?
Most importantly, I think it's important to start with a huge thank you to everyone that made it out to Idris Sheriff's memorial ride, the putting up of the ghost bike on Sunday. It was probably the biggest collection of cyclists I've seen together. It's quite a somber mood at the start. There was definitely a depth. There was definitely a deepness, a feeling of the moment. His father spoke beautifully. No, it was a special occasion. It felt like a shift. It felt like a move. Credit to David Belair's and Alan Windy for actually being there on their bikes, rode through, had something to say. There was a police commissioner or whatever there as well. That was really good to see. That felt like a moment.
It's really good to see when the community comes together for occasions like that, especially with something so significant that is hopefully going to be a defining change moving forward.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
Alan Windy said most notably, his death won't be in vain. Justice will be served,
not at all.
And the people involved are doing their level best. I think if that happens, it will follow through. But more than anything, I just wanted to say thank you to so many people we saw out there that we know, that we ride with. That's, it is time out on your Sunday. It is, you got kids and people made an effort. And I think that would mean a lot to his family, and it means a lot to the community. So as a starting point, big chapeau to everyone for being there. That was impressive.
Yeah. No.
Onto the news though. So as is typically the case, there's some international, there's some local. It feels like there's going to be a never-ending theme of idiotic regulations that just somehow creep into weekly news. It's like they have a PR team that's focus is to make sure they stay topical. And it's now running. So topics today, running shoe regs. I mean, it's just ridiculous that there's shoe regulations. Insanity, quite frankly. We had on here the UCI bar widths, but we've actually decided unanimously to veto it because we can't possibly bear one more scene of talking about the UCI. So your PR team has failed, UCI. We can't not talk about Van der Poel, new record, 8th title in a row, dominance.
He's just going.
Ridiculous. SA's coming up this weekend. Trailseeker behind us, mountain bike race. I mean, there's just so much going on. This show could be 2 hours every single week. So I think starting up at the top, let's dive into, I'd say Van der Poel's a good place to start because that's just like dominance on another level.
Yeah.
8th title, Cyclocross, CX, for those that don't know, when you see CX on DSTV, it's Cyclocross. If you don't know who Van der Poel is, you don't watch Cyclocross or anything else for that matter, but just like, I mean, there's nothing else to say. The guy's he didn't win the race. He issued a reminder, was one of the remarks.
What a statement.
Yeah.
That's incredible. To keep going out there and pushing and pushing and pushing and to come up with 8 total wins. That's, I mean, I'm looking forward to the 9th one. At what point is he just like, no, I'm good?
He did sign a lifelong deal, didn't he? Oh no, that was Wout van Aert that signed it, or was it Van der Poel? A lifelong Canyon deal.
I don't know if that was Van der Poel.
I think, we'll fact check that. But
yeah,
he's got a lot of races to win if it's for the rest of his life, but I don't see anyone stopping him.
Nobody's stopping that train.
Really nothing else to say.
No, not at all. And I think actually on one of those races, I think the second to last one that he won, he had gotten 2 punctures and still came out on podium, which is incredible. That wasn't even enough to fully slow him down.
And if anyone watched our Luc Moy interview, he spoke about these types of events, like the cyclocross. It's all pretty similar. It's like to move anywhere in that field, in terms of like moving up the order, it's gnarly, it's hardcore, it's mad power. It's like you can't really even describe it. So this is insanity. Like his dominance it's a huge statement, and this is kind of the strongest show of form ahead of World Tour. Like this is definitely signaling an insane form, at least for him. Doesn't necessarily correlate directly to road, but this is a huge flex early on. Yeah, you cannot ignore. And the classics are around the corner, which is arguably as exciting, if not in some instances more exciting than Tour de France. So we're in for a cracker, man.
It's going to be a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the female side, it was Dutch dominance was kind of like the headline, and I'd love to understand more around developments. Like, how does a country dominate at that level? Is it culturally because they have loads of those tracks, people do it? Is there a program? But that was kind of like, from a female point of view, I wouldn't say necessarily personal dominance, but definitely country dominance. And then the other big thing around the event is, and I can't believe this is still a factor, is poor healthcare. They're saying like there's teams that aren't taking, the seriousness of illness seriously leading into these things. So there were loads of people that were affected by purely just being sick. Like,
Are they
ridiculously.
are they still making them ride because while they are sick, or are they saying that they're sick and saying, well, that's too bad, you still need to get out there, or are they just not taking precautions to prevent the sickness in the first
You
place?
don't have that detail, but at that level, you can't, like, one or two people, but it was notable.
I mean,
Like,
that's
you
a
go
bit.
and read into it. It's like it was a trend of poor health and sickness.
That's pretty unfortunate, considering that's the kind of the pillar of doing well on your bike, is being at your peak physical form. And if you ride when you're already sick, you're just digging an even deeper hole for yourself. Much less missing this race, but now you're going to probably miss out on the whole season. So
God, it's
that's
the whole thing is set up to fail.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I'm pretty eager to run along to our next point, which is this running thing. Van der Poel continues. It's kind of, I'm sure he's got.
We'll be speaking about it.
Nearly over. Like,
we'll be speaking about it the same time next year. He's on his 9th win.
the big takeout there for me that translates into what's coming is how strongly does this correlate to his performance in the classics. It has to be said, Teddy's going to be one of his biggest rivals there. And Teddy's like, his race schedule and Van der Poel's overlaps quite a bit. There's races he hasn't won that he really wants to. Milan San Remo.
I don't know. Van der Poel has quite a bit of skill under his belt. So even if he starts lacking on power, it's on those cyclocross races. There's quite a bit of skill involved that's needed to get to that finish line first. Huge.
I'm not a betting man, but my money is on Van der Poel to clean up those classics.
No, exactly. I'm right there with you. You can have all the watts per kg in the world, but if you can't get to the finish with that skill, you ain't gonna get very far.
If you think we're wrong, let us know in the comments who you think's got the classics wrapped up.
Skill or power? Which one do you think is the best?
He's kind of got both.
He's kind of got both, but my question is, which one do you think would be more amicable to use in a cyclocross race to win? If you had more power or if you had more skill?
I mean, Byron's answered that one for us.
He kind of has.
Which we'll get to in a moment, because what a ridiculous result there, right? I mean, we'll round up all the results from the weekend, but this one is more 8 times, the champion, rather than just a weekly roundup of results. Into the running scene, I mean, this shoe thing is like the theme of running. It's starting to feel a lot like cycling. I don't know, maybe I'm just being removed from it, but it's like shoe regulations. When I saw this in the notes for the show, I'm like, you mean cycling shoes, right? Like, what are the UCI?
Oh, that's what I heard.
Cycling shoe.
Yeah. My first thought.
But so the issue. So they've issued a set of rules of the height of the soles, and it's going to be race dependent, terrain dependent. So you now have to go and check if your shoes.
Oh, that's ridiculous, man.
No, it's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. So now I have to go buy different pairs of shoes just to get into entry if I'm being serious about racing. No, because also everybody's foot is completely different. Some people, what do you call it? If your feet turn in or they turn out, you might need more cushioning or less cushioning depending on what's wrong with your legs or your body or your posture.
I think a lot of it is on the extreme end of the drops and cushioning.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't read through all of them, but that's like, thickness is a big part of it. It gets dumber.
I think that's too much.
Trail has
grasping.
No limit on thickness.
They are.
So if this is safety orientated and you've made trail no thickness limitation, where you are most likely to be injured because it's thick and you have ankle instability. It's like, help me understand that one.
Well, I actually went down on thickness for my trail shoes because I actually had a tendency to almost roll my ankle at least twice on every event. And as soon as I went down, I was fine. But I wouldn't go and make a rule standard for everybody to do that. I think that's a bit ridiculous.
There's no rule on the thickness.
Oh,
So you can go as thick as you want on trail.
Okay.
But on road, there's a limit.
That's what I'm saying, though. I don't think there should be a rule at all. It makes no sense.
So the idea is that
that's up there with the NBA dictating how much of a color you could have in a shoe back in the day. I don't know if you remember that when Nike came out.
Real.
No, it is. That's how the Air Jordans became so popular. They said you can only have so much of a certain color of the shoe. And so in order to get the shoe popularized and going, they just paid the fine every time Michael Jordan wore those shoes. And then I don't know if this is correct, but I think they eventually got rid of that rule. But yeah, that's as silly as that.
I don't. Please, anyone that knows what's going on in these rules, what it's actually curtailing, like let us know. I remember when carbon plates were first coming in, it was like people were using that to limit knock, make the field more competitive. I'm just like, I don't understand why you would have any limitations on those things, provided there's no, engine being put in there that you like.
They're not putting rocket boosters on their back and flying across the court. They're not trying to put these little they're not trying to put steroids in their socks and have it soak through the skin and get an advantage. It's the thickness of the shoe, guys. Come on, that's a bit ridiculous.
I don't.
I think it's just one more thing to just try and either push more product or to kind of limit the. It just takes away from the pureness of what the sport is right now.
UCI thing. So someone's trying to establish relevance, have a say. These people aren't linked to the shoe companies, and they're not trying to help them sell stuff. They just
I know, but it's going to lead. It's going to lead to something. It's just I don't know.
The whole trail has no limit to thickness. Just blows my mind because that's the only place you should, if you are worrying about safety.
I honestly can't wrap my head around the safety aspect with the thickness of the sole.
Yeah. So if we're missing,
especially for road,
you think that there's something we completely have glossed over, or if you think this is saving the ankles and the lives of people, again, please comment and let us know.
Yeah.
Personally, I just think this is absolutely idiotic. I want to see them enforcing this as well.
My conclusion,
with your tape measure, or they'll probably will know. That's a.
You have some oak with a cheese grater going. Oh, they're going to start in 5 seconds. Hold on, let me get another centimeter off. Trying to get it.
Shoe doping.
Shoe doping. There you go. Shoe doping.
Anyway,
you measure the thickness here, but it's thicker on the inside of the foot. Then you'll be telling me I can't wear that thick of enough socks.
Where does it stop?
I know. Where does it stop?
Yeah, I really want our news to start becoming.
How long should my toenails be?
Not ragging idiotic rule. So I actually think no matter what idiotic rules are announced in the next week, we will not feature them. Because this can't be the
ridiculous
talking point.
No.
So we've got the Pitterton bulletin here. So UCI Yellow Cards. The first notable suspension sets the tone. So that's new. Yellow cards being issued. I've got absolutely no idea how that's going to play out.
What is a yellow card? A UCI yellow card?
Same as in any sport. You'd get a ban, you'd get a timeout, there'd be, if you do something.
If you get a UCI yellow card, that means you can't race that race, or you can't race a portion of that race.
2 cards in one race cause disqualification and a 7-day suspension, while 3 within 30 days, 14-day ban. So that's real.
Okay.
That's hardcore.
So you can get up to 2.
This is almost certainly going to be entirely aimed at the sprinters. So Jasper, good luck. We'll probably see you not race once this year. So yellow card is kind of like a warning. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
2 yellow cards, disqualification.
For that race.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a 7-day suspension. So if you're in Walter, goodbye. 3 yellow cards within 30 days, 14-day suspension, 6 yellow cards within a year, 30-day suspension. That's crazy.
Okay.
So they are issued on the UCI website. These are apparently live from 2025, but I don't have no recollection of it actually being implemented or impacting anyone.
And I assume you get these yellow cards by holding onto the car for a little bit too long, or drafting it correctly, or maybe some aggression.
I think it's more sprinting.
More sprinting.
And reckless.
Okay.
Which I'm for, provided it's, it's run properly. I almost don't like watching sprints at the end of the race when they're too dangerous. And I think Jasper is 100% at fault in that. 2 years ago, Tour de France, that was ridiculous.
Well, I'd
There should
also
have
have
been
to
implications there.
get on the UCI for if they really want to get into safety. Don't put a massive chicane right to the finish where you know people are going to sprint, because you're going to have them coming in at a 90-degree angle as fast and as hot as they can, and you're just asking for trouble.
They'll tell you they don't control that.
But they want to
course
control your
director.
handlebar width because that's safety.
Well, they can control that. They can't control course layout.
Kind of.
Yeah. You could issue regulations around no
You can move the finish line to a straighter part of the track. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, same page.
Yeah.
Exactly the same page.
Okay, what's next?
Early season stage races, ramp. Europe starts stacking the calendar. So, I mean, we know there's been already people are raving about Evenepoel, his first tour, super dominant, really strong. No one notable there. So, like, whatever. I mean, what we want to see, what everyone in the world wants to see is Teddy, Jonas, and Remco in absolute peak form, and any other surprises that might come along to upset their apple cart. That's what everybody wants. So there's a lot of tours happening right now. It's epic. You put Supersport on, you get onto YouTube, you look for race reports. I'm a big fan of Lance and Rouge. He does really good ones, and it's just like, it's everywhere. Alula Tour, which obviously happened this weekend. Jonas crashing not in a tour, on a training ride. I'm going to come back to that. You hear about that?
Yes, I did.
And I absolutely
to be
extremely rude to the person and called the person out. And
to be fair, the guy.
Did you see the video?
I haven't seen the video. I just read one report
about it. Let's overlay the video when we play this back.
Okay.
Brew, he's in like a different postal code. Jonas is so far away, and he's like, he was with me on the descent and like pressuring almost, and he bails. The guy goes to Jonas like, "Are you okay?" And understandably, he's angry and like reacts to the person, and it's just like, "Oh, Jonas, please get your shit together. We need you in peak form." Like, I will be rooting for Teddy, despite being converted to a Vingegaard fan last year. But like, don't be bailing him. He's fine. There's no injury, but I think it's just a bit of egg on his face. Feels a bit like a tit. It was the word Dan used from GCN. Let's not ignore our main man, Byron Munson.
Yeah.
Second on the final stage, Tour of Alula.
Was that the one where they had that big crash at 100 Ks?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I'm not going to share the file that I got sent from a certain someone in that team. Their average speed for a minute was 102 Ks per hour. For a minute. Their peak speed over 15 seconds was 113. Imagine going 102 Ks per hour for a minute.
So then that
it gets close to a minute and a half, actually. It is bonkers. Then there's the Bale guy, literally the description of, I mean, the memes.
No, I saw one of them.
Anus.
There it is.
Like hectic. Which is like, people laugh, but like brutal.
Can you even like, you can't.
Trauma.
That is proper trauma.
No.
I don't think I'd ever sit on a bicycle
and
seat
just
again
after that. He went on to perform phenomenally on that climb, which was not the final day.
Yeah.
But Byron, huge shout out to that whole team on an Adventure Pro Cycling. They did flipping well in the day. Stefan de Bot, 4th overall, first ever race as a team on the tour stage. Phenomenal. Like, what an incredible performance by them. And Byron in particular, second on the day only to the UAE's Christensen, the Swiss guy. Someone made the point, like, I've looked in the comments, UAE's got depth when their 6th strongest rider is winning tours against the entire peloton. I'm like, is he even 6th strongest? Like, so saying, like, does he even make the cut? Like, they've got mad depth in that team. But take nothing away from, Byron and their team. I mean, that's just bonkers. Like, I don't think I've ever been happier in my entire life. Like, just a few weeks ago, he's sitting here and, he's having this dream, and self-doubt, he takes us through this whole journey, and bang, there he is delivering. Just like,
especially on a very memorable race where they had that crash. So his name is not just there because of his achievement, but it's there too because he's got more of an audience now, especially on that particular race.
GCN in their race summary, so they do the weekly reports. They go into quite a lot of detail, and Dan specifically mentions Byron, saying like, he was on the Tour de Zwift. He came in second best, however many years ago. And it just goes to show, like, if you stick it out and you've got grit, you can still get there. And he specifically is like, well done, Dan. Like, chapeau. It's just,
that's killer.
It's just so sick.
I've always said,
so sick.
Anything you want to do, as long as you stick with it, eventually it will happen. Eventually. but you got to stick with it. So I'm over the moon for him as well. He was all over everybody's feeds here in South Africa. Some of my friends internationally was like, "Oh, this was the guy that was on your show. Oh, that's so cool. Now he's over here." And it's like, yeah. So
humble.
very,
But
very
well done,
happy.
Byron.
Yeah,
1,000 times.
great job, man. Good job. We're rooting for you over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of South Africa.
Upstairs, like, come on, Byron. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? It's Byron, babe. Wake the baby up. Yeah, so sick.
Cool.
London Marathon Field. So there's, that's been announced. Getting closer to the time. So we've got our first submissions on the community video. We need to figure out a cool name for that segment. So if you have any great suggestions, let us know. It's where you submit videos to us that we have a watch and we'll feature on the show. And one of them is from Vincent Lombard, who moved to the UK a couple of years ago. He's got a run club named Stride. And I'm hoping he's, avid runner. Their running group is more about running together than running fast. It looks so flippin' cool. We'll play the video later on for you guys to watch. But Vince has gone a little bit down a rabbit hole, might be investing in some DJI equipment, and he's keen to be our local correspondent. And I'm hoping we can get some actual coverage and a build up to the London Marathon. It's a huge one. It's like iconic. So we're going to be leaning on Vincent and the Stride squad to give us some run up to that. So I don't want to talk too much about it.
Well, I would like to ask him a question directly if he can go through during the London Marathon and measure people's thicknesses of the shoes, just to let us know what the average thickness is so that we all are okay. And we know that everybody's legal. Yeah.
But looking forward to some rad content getting up there. And thanks, Vince, for watching the show, subscribing to it.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolute legend.
Give us some more submissions too. The more, the better. The more that you give us, the more that we can talk about. So
we're all about stories that matter, and it's not ours, it's yours. So
exactly.
Put them here, and if you need help telling them, it goes without saying, reach out to us. So that is the Peloton bulletin. There are a few other notable mentions there, but
the Zwift is updating itself a little bit more and more for winter training. Everybody who does indoor riding knows how boring and monotonous it can be. I personally just raw dog it and just sit on the trainer and just watch some TV. That's it. I don't need Zwift or anything like that. But for those of you who need a bit more simulation, Zwift does have a lot more new updates, a lot more courses, and it'll just make indoor training that much more bearable.
And there's the Zwift Tour.
And the Zwift Tour. So you can actually compete with other people online and just make it a whole international event.
Lest we forget,
without leaving your house.
Who's based in the UK, one of the heroic South Africans doing great things abroad, in the cycling industry. He's at Cycling Weekly, as we've mentioned, and he's a South African esports cyclist. So whilst there's the indoor training and there's that whole thing, there's a whole gaming thing. And I know we keep saying we're going to do it, but we need to really delve into this thing, because I don't think any one of us here have got a cooking clue how big that is. It is massive. And it's one of the few esports in the world that is gamified, but healthy for you. And there's so much cool, different things there to get into. There's hacking, there's doping in the actual.
You can change your weight and your height and stuff.
That's the weird things they do to their trainers, and there's this whole thing. It's just interesting. All these things make up a spectacle. So we are trying to line up a bit of a focused session on that with Aaron, because I just don't know enough.
Maybe we do a live one where we do the whole thing and we're both sitting on Zwift bikes as well.
I'll film.
Yeah.
Definitely film that.
You'll film.
No one needs to see that all happening.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't be roping Anakin, because he's abandoning us for a few weeks, going back to his homeland for 14 days.
Yeah. I'll be going back to Taiwan to see my old bike shop that I owned, meet some new friends, see what's new and upcoming manufacturing-wise, and I'll try and take some video of what the cycling scene is over there, because it's completely different than where it is over here.
Looking forward to seeing that. Bidding you farewell.
Got some stuff planned.
There is a very exciting, far more talented co-host coming than either of us, which we will not let you know about until next week, but stay tuned. So we have some pretty significant talent coming to replace Alec, maybe indefinitely. Like, I don't know if I want to co-host with said person. It's quite intimidating. Like to have someone with actual knowledge and like a deep competitive history. So I look forward to that next week, but
Yeah.
safe travels.
Thank you.
The tech rabbit hole. So this is pretty rad. Are you a Whoop guy? Are you into
I
it?
did a lot of research into it. And what took me out of it and why I went towards an Apple or a Garmin is the subscription. So pretty much Whoop is a subscription-based health monitor, and mainly people use it to monitor their sleep, the recovery, and what they're using. And it's pretty much just a regular band with no screen that lasts, I think, like a week. I don't know if the battery's gotten more or less, depends on what features you turn on. It lasts a long time. And it's just, yeah, there's no screen. And I think you pay something between $200 to $400 a year. No matter what happens to the watch band, they'll give you a new one. But it's just subscription based, and every time they update it or they come out with a new type or a new version, they just kind of send it to you.
You get the hardware for free.
Yeah, you get the hardware for free, but you have to pay for the software.
Now, that was my question to you. Wonderful summary of what the Whoop Band is, but what are you buying? Training or anxiety? Because I had a Garmin, which has... So the tech debate is, let me just frame it quickly. It's watch or fitness band. The watch gives you all the benefits of a fitness band. You get Garmin Connect, and that has got the health whatever thing in there, which tracks sleep, VO2, oxygen, blah, 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 blah. Tons of data. It gives you a score, tells you how you slept. Training, it does this whole story.
Yeah.
And can tell the time. Whoop Band, far more trendy. It's definitely the thing to wear. There's definitely like an influencer, cool cat thing going on there. Critically, what it's giving you is sleep score and early detection of, if you're getting sick, blah, 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 blah. So that's how it's positioned. And the war is, and Garmin's now released this,
their competitor. Yeah.
Well, no, it's a leaked band coming to destroy the Whoop thing. Okay, so that's the hype. Now, there's a whole conversation to be had there. One of the notable highlights of my life was selling my Garmin, never having to check that sleep score again. It is one of my most loathed features in the world, because once it's there, you cannot look at it. That sleep score.
I check it every morning.
Wake up in the morning, I'm like, I feel like I slept well. Look at the app, sleep score 50. You slept like shit. Now I feel like shit. Before a race, that performance condition, I didn't ask you to tell me. I'm feeling good. I'm on the bike.
Yeah.
By chance, I happen to look on screen. Performance condition minus 7,000. Like, well, there goes my ride. Like, the mental placebo is so powerful. And I wear an Apple Watch as mine but Apple doesn't throw it in your face. Like, there's just a way that Apple does it, that it's much more in the background. It doesn't I don't feel like it's there as much. So I have all my notifications switched off. If I run, I don't want splits. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know what my heart rate is. If I want to go and check it, I want to be able to see it somewhere. But even Teddy says he doesn't check, and his wife, they don't check that data on race day or leading up to it, because they don't want that shit in their head.
Interesting.
And I just think it's the biggest load of shit on earth. It's an expensive mood ring. I'm totally unsubscribed from it. And I think a watch to help track your exercise.
I love that.
But
it's an expensive mood ring.
The rest of this is an absolute load of dog shit, and it makes no difference.
Well, then the Whoop, if you had to choose between the Garmin and the Whoop, I would choose the Whoop, because one, it's just there. It's small enough where you don't have to worry about it. The sensor is actually pretty accurate, up there with the Apple, if not just a little bit more. And you never have to look at it unless you want to, and you have to open the app and everything.
So I do like that about. If I had to choose,
you could have the Apple Watch here and you have the Whoop over here, and then you just wouldn't ever care.
Over the top. That's ridiculous. That's like wearing Aero socks on your coffee ride. Aero boots on your coffee ride. Speaking of Whoops, did you see the video with Tegan and I?
No. Oh, yes, I did.
The connections you can form through. So Tegan Phillips, for anyone who doesn't know, is the greatest human being in the world. Epic long distance adventurer on a bike. She's done crazy stuff. Brilliant illustrator. Phenomenal in terms of like brand activation. She's like 130,000 subscribers on Instagram. She is just goated. She was in town from Spain. We got to hang out a bit, and we shot something little bit fun. We can maybe put the link up. But it's how unexpected connections can happen, like when you wear a Whoop, which is, I'm wearing it at a coffee shop. We don't know each other. She arrives. Oh, you got that one. Oh, you got that one. Pull out a chair and then you, how she shot that, it's like brilliant. And she does it in minutes. But anyway, it's just a fun, absolutely useless piece of random information for anyone that feels like having a laugh. If you don't follow Tegan Phillips, go and follow Tegan Phillips. It's the coolest account on earth. So where do we end on this? What is your view? Expensive mood rings, must-have fitness data.
I think it just depends on where you are in life. If you're just starting out and getting into it and you don't know anything, maybe it's good to have it for the first year so that you can understand relatively what's going on with your body and maybe what those numbers mean in scores, and then eventually you can take it off because you kind of understand where you stand. Or if you're really intensely training and you have a coach and it's nice to know your sleep score and your recovery, then that might be for you. Otherwise, for the everyday Joe Schmo, I don't really think you need something that crazy. I think the everyday Apple Watch is just enough to monitor your heart rate, and then maybe a power meter for your bike, or just a heart rate strap whenever you're on your bike. You don't need it all the time.
Why do you wear a Garmin watch?
Because I run, or I like to think that I run.
Use it to track.
Yeah, I use this to track for Strava for my coach that I'm using, so that if I have to do intervals, all I have to do is take my watch and the remote to my gate, and I'm off. I don't even have to take my phone. So it's one less big thing. I can run my music off of there. It tells me my intervals, my heart rate if I want to. I can just have it tell time while I'm running. So
yeah,
that's why I wear the watch.
Same. I only use this for that, but this doesn't do the workouts. So Garmin is as the performance watch if you're a runner. And again, please jump in the comments, rip us to pieces if you think
Garmin
wrong.
or Apple, which one do you prefer for fitness?
Yeah.
What is the ultimate king there?
Garmin. It is Garmin.
Well, the new Ultra 2 is actually pretty decent now.
It's the Ultra 3, which is the same.
Sorry,
as the
Ultra
2.
3.
Ultra 3 just gives you the black. That's all that's giving you. It's exactly the same as the 2. Completely functional. And the main reason I bought it actually, or a Garmin, was to do the half Ironman in Durban.
And?
Because you can't time your watch, your swim with your Garmin 1040.
No, you can't.
That doesn't time swimming. So that's what you used to get all three.
Yeah.
Like, that's how sport gets you. Like, who cares what my time was at Ironman? Why do I need to track that? It's like, it's so
It's for
ridiculous.
you, though. It's for you. You know. Yeah. You care.
You could write... I've got a client. He's that guy that I spoke to about the doping and running. He's run at a stupid level. Still runs damn fast. And his PBs are all recorded in a book, pencil and paper, and a stopwatch. That's his record of his... Strava, no idea what that is. He uses a watch that has a timer, run your PB, stop it, book.
There you go. Then for
pretty
him,
difficult to look up your PB, but it's nostalgic. I think it's
for him, he would not need a Whoop. He'd be in the camp of expensive mood ring.
The watches he puts on his arm, that's his addiction.
Oh, okay.
He's got some badass timepieces, like you think you know watches. Oh, Rolex, IWC. No, those are play watches. This guy's in a whole nother world. Wow. So you won't see a Whoop band.
Well, that's probably why he does the pen and paper.
Save money so he can get there. So before we get to the race board, which is just some of the races coming up that we need to have a look at, someone mentioned a comment on our Luke Moy video, and it's a very good point. We don't index significantly into mountain biking. And there's this phenomenal series in South Africa for anyone who's getting into mountain biking, maybe doesn't know about it. It's the Trailseeker series, the Ford Trailseeker series. They're the current title sponsor. Have you been to one?
I have not.
Ridiculous. It is like world-class event management. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better run, professional, sleek, relatively inexpensive event to attend. Proper distances, half distances. It is phenomenal. And there was a race this weekend. Bannock, it's probably one of the more technical ones. Bannock it's a Cape-based one. Good bunch of our mates that's popping here at the cafe for coffee. Went and raced that.
A good mate of mine, Lee from Free Will Psychology, he came third place, I think, in his age group.
Okay.
All things considered, him having 2 previous heart attacks as well. So
So you
good on him.
start looking at who attends
Yeah.
these things, because mountain bikers, unlike us florally dressed roadies, don't run around flapping their wings telling you about what they're doing.
It's a serious
But if you start asking, like, hey, did you do the, like, of a group of guys on Tuesday morning, which is my, like, never miss ride, there's like 4 or 5 of them that went and did it. So they don't run around screaming about it. It's really like, I don't know, it's like low key. But it is like hundreds of cyclists. It is massive. And someone commented, someone who's exceptionally talented. So Matt Beers won it, Pritson came second at the top level. I don't think I've seen Mark Pritson look this good in a very, very, very long time. He's got a long track record of great results, but he's looking better than I've ever seen him. And I've been watching Mark and, close to him for quite some time. Beers, tough to beat. He's kind of the GOAT locally. But like, that's who you're racing with. You're going to a mountain bike race with Matt Beers. That's like going to, a cyclocross race with Van der Poel. It's like, this is one of the best mountain bikers in the world. And you go to a race and he's there. You can interact, you can see him, you can, it's pretty sick. And the comment was made, like, South African mountain biking is in such a good place. Like, the depth of talent. Spencer, who rides with the Elves, he came second in his category. And this is a kid who's like, he's in grade 8, flipping competitive. He's not just going there and cleaning up either. It is deep, deep, deep talent. Young, 10, 11, 12, like proper technical courses. I was like, there's some exceptionally talented kids coming through. So our mountain biking future, at a time where, we've got people doing incredible things on the road. We've got Luke at the very top end of mountain biking, in the absence of Adam being there. There's some epic stuff coming there. So I want to lean a little bit more into that, start to get more involved there. If we can get in, I don't know how, but we'll try and get in contact with the Trailseeker series and see if we can do some behind the scenes stuff. Some guys we know that photograph at the event, and it's just so good. Like, if you haven't been to a Trailseeker, go and have a look at it.
Okay.
But we've got to get our claws in there, and there's stories there of, like, kids are going to do some incredible things, and already are. I just wanted to mention that we're going to place more of a focus on mountain biking. And
another big mountain biking event coming up is I don't know if it's already happened, the Mbuku Big 5.
That's coming up.
That's a nice. I actually entered that, but I have to go to Taiwan. Sorry, I gotta delay that to next year. But I did that last year, and let me tell you,
mad
beautiful course.
I've done.
You will never do or experience anything else like that in your life. The cliffhanger, going up the first half before you go down was made even more difficult with the side crosswinds.
Yeah.
And then when you're going down, you think you're good.
Switchbacks to get up to the top of cliffhanger.
I was just worried about not falling off, but you think you're the best at doing switchbacks until you get over the top and you're coming around, and they've had to, like, add more so that you can kind of get around. And
Did you
it's just, yeah, I did. But towards the end, I realized I should have done more push-ups because my hands were so tired from holding down the brakes. I had to pull over to the side and let Oaks go by.
I don't have your skills or balls. I walked that whole thing.
It was such a fun course.
That's cock scary.
And at the beginning, you're just hauling ass down the way, and you have the helicopter, and all the pros are going by. And, oh yeah, I can keep up with them. And then the first hill, they drop the WAP bomb, and you're like, oh, yeah. And then you're just in it to enjoy.
But how's that descent after the cliffhanger?
Oh, it's incredible. It's just flowing right through the trails.
I hit the bailed over the side, so I didn't get too far down there. That was like race. So that's a walk back. It took me an hour and a half. Oh, guy with the back. Yeah. Emotional story.
But no, it's just stuff like that.
Big
like
race.
South Africa has such
it's the
good
clean stage
access to trails.
Epic.
Yeah, I know. It's got such good access to trails and trail building and trail etiquette. There's a huge community for it. You have the young athletes that are coming up that are highly skilled, even from a young age. You already have people who are much older in their element, like Beers. And then you also are starting to get more of this international attention, especially with the Epic being here, and then added on with the Trailseeker.
We are no different to a Frenchman living in France, home to Tour de France. It's almost like we forget we are home to the best mountain biking.
Oh, yeah.
The best.
With the best views.
Talents. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's incredible.
I need to get my A into G and get stuck in again. I am nervous. I'm worried because when you get it wrong there,
which happens, get it wrong where?
On the mountain bike, it's gnarly. And that cliffhanger was the last race I did when I not cliffhanger, Mbuku.
Yeah.
I bailed off the side of that pass. That was cock scary. I was like, this. Yeah.
Well, don't look over the edge. That's where you go.
That's
You need
the
to
problem.
look on the
I'm
inside.
terrified of heights. So it was after that, so that little thing, and there was like an outcrop of rock.
Oh.
But because I'm so scared of
I know what you're
heights,
talking about.
I'm
Yeah.
hugging right to the side. So that outcrop hit my shoulder. And then, ironically, from hitting the thing on the right, I bailed over the left where our skates go down. That was trauma.
Terrible. Okay.
I am particularly cuck on a mountain bike, though, so I'm not a good reference point. But yeah, we need to get into more of that.
Okay.
Okay, so mountain biking will be more of that in the future. If there's anything you think we should cover, if there's anyone you think we should chat to, co-host coming to join us knows a thing or two about mountain biking. So
Just a little bit.
We are indexing in there. Yeah, knows a thing or two. Won a race or two. Leading up into events, the race board, as it were. Tour of Rwanda, end of Feb. That's massive. I think that's a UCI, whatever it is, 1.1 or something. That's a proper race. I don't know. South Africa has sent representation there in the past. It would be interesting to chat to someone like Dan, because I know he's been there and raced it in colours. If he knows who's going, I'd like to try and find out. If you know anyone who knows who's going, it'd be good to understand who's going to that, see if we can get them in, understand the prep. I understand it's a magic event. At the end of the same weekend as that, you've got Tokyo Marathon. That's pretty big. It's one of the...
That's one to keep your eye on, yeah.
And not long after that, this the Cape Town. Pray God that goes ahead. And everything
doesn't get blown away
there.
Again.
There's a couple races that neither of us can pronounce. The Itwa de Besegis and Ras Al Kamima. So there's lots of races happening internationally, some of which you can't pronounce. Locally, 7th of Feb. I'm pretty sure anyone in Cape Town that owns a road bike will be doing 99er.
I will be there covering post and pre-race interviews. So if you see some guy with blonde hair and a big camera, just come up and just start talking, because we want to hear your story while you're there, what your strategy is, and then I want to hear it after the race as well. So let's
put that in our shortcut down for Instagram end of the weekend.
Yeah.
Please look out for it and go and tell him your story.
Yeah. Tell me your story before, and then tell me how your story went after.
And we'll put it on.
Exactly.
Cape Epic coming up. So I don't know if you know Natalie from Southside Cycles. She's actually going to be there, scraping footage. So she's going to be there every single day of the Cape Epic. We're hoping we can get some cool footage there.
Okay.
Yeah. Natalie from Southside Cycles, for anyone that doesn't know, is making more waves in the industry as a super frothy cyclist than anyone you know. She is such a G. If you don't know what Southside Cycles is, go find them on Instagram, follow and come and join their rides. They're doing incredible things.
And then the big one, Cape Town Cycle Tour, May 8th.
Cape Town World Champs.
Cape Town World Champs.
Cape Cycle Tour.
Yeah.
The goal for pretty much anyone that's above average, sub 3, it's well known, it's well documented. We will be speaking to some people leading up to that, how to fuel for it. If you're wanting to go sub 3, where should you be seated? How do you prep for that? It's like you now are a month and a bit out from that event.
So it's still not too late to train.
No, it's too late to train. If you don't have base, just go there and enjoy yourself. But you are in the prime time to be doing your efforts, to be working on that 10 minutes, to be really starting to dial in. Savage and Southside Cycles from here go and do intervals specifically for this every Thursday. Small tip, make sure you work on your 10-minute power. There's 4 big 10-minute efforts. If you nails those, you're going to go sub 10. Sub 3, sorry. Sub 10 is chappies, also very important. So that's a big one. We will try and get as much info as we can leading up to that. There's some cool rides that happen beforehand. Lots of cool prep going there. Layla's getting a pre-cycle tour route together with some efforts involved as well. So there's going to be tons of stuff we're trying to activate. That's, as I mentioned, from Southside Cycles, doing tons of stuff. Stay tuned there. And then obviously the big one is essays this weekend. So I think that the 35 to 39 category is going to be absolutely mental competitive. And I think that the elites, this is going to be the best race we've ever seen. I would love for it to have not been where it is and for it to be a harder race with more definitive climbs. A lot of people are saying that it's Miguel, whose video will play in a moment as our feature forms from the audience. The 30 to 35 cats and the 30 to 34, 35 to 39, they start them together, which is so stupid. So you now have this because there's not enough people, I don't think.
Yeah.
So you now have their race. How's that race going to influence one another? Because there are some team members there, so it makes for exciting racing, depending on which side of the coin you sit on.
Yeah.
But he and Kyle Mitchell, who allowed us to test out that factor, 2 guys to watch. Like, there's no reason Miguel shouldn't be SA champ, 30 to 34, and Kyle.
He's got that factor. There's no excuse.
Yeah, it may play a role. And then at the elite level, you got Munson, you got Heffley, there's Pritzen, there's Gibbons. I assume will go race. Like, this is going to be the most ridiculous elite men's race ever.
It'll be really interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I just hope they murder each other the whole race and don't just sit and mark who they think is the strongest. That'll be the biggest challenge. And again, because there's no big, climbs or big efforts, it could make for very negative crap racing, which I hope isn't the case. We don't know how we're going to get coverage, but we pray there's going to be really good coverage. We'll amplify whatever we find. And then the ladies, like, there is much fewer favorite assumptions around that. So again, I think the racing there is going to be really good. We've got an inkling as to some people we think might go out there and absolutely dominate, but it's a stacked field, and it's anyone's to win, really. Much like the elites, much like the 36.
It's more unknown, I think, who's going to come out on top with the ladies. Like last year, you said that she broke away, and then that was it. They just could not catch her the entire race.
Yeah. I don't think that's the case this year. Ladies cycling is in a different stratosphere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You never know what would happen. So it could be the same thing, or it could be something completely different, or they could,
Something we hope to chat with the host about next week is what stops more women from going and entering that. Like, it's a big thing. You can go and enter essays. I think more people should, but there's a major, confidence thing. Like, I don't see myself as being there.
But you can. Yeah. Like, nothing's stopping you other than yourself.
Yeah, ego.
And again, going back to Munton's saying, it doesn't matter about watts per kg, it's how you navigate the peloton. So as long as you have skill, it's you'd be surprised.
Can't wait to see the results.
You never know until you try.
So we'll be talking about that next week at length, in the absence of our abandoner, Alec. So make sure you watch the show.
Already an abandoner.
Which takes us to the end of the show, where we get to play videos from the audience.
Yeah.
So those will overlay the next little while. And the first is from Miguel Carvalho. He is originally from Joburg, now in the Cape. So he's flying up. I think he's flying up on Saturday. I'm not sure. Let's go and race essays. So have a watch and see what Miguel has to say.
Hey guys, Miguel Carvalho here. So I've been preparing the last couple of months for the Road Cycling National Champs held up in Joburg. I'll be racing there on Sunday, the 8th of Feb. And prep's luckily been going pretty well. I'm feeling pretty good. Excited to mix it up with the boys. I'll be racing the 30-34 age category with the vets. We'll be combined with the 35 to 39. So it'll be quite challenging to kind of navigate the dynamics between the two age groups. I think controlling the race will be the biggest challenge. I'm excited to mix it up with the boys. A couple guys I got my eye on, but I'll keep that close to my chest for now. I'll update you guys with a bit of a race report when I get back. I'm also excited to use the new Chicon Aero Comfort road bike bag, and I'll pack this machine in there and give you guys some feedback on that when I get back. Cheers.
Notably, you can see Miguel is rolling with a very slick Chicon bag. So he was just busy dropping something off, and he forgot, as an avid watcher of our show, that we have a bag that he can use.
Yeah.
So Miguel, I hope that the bag worked. By the time you're watching this, you would hope you already have your bike packed up. So
I hope it was as easy as I said it was.
Yeah. So we'll be fact checked next week on whether you spoke absolute crap or not on how effective that bag is. So he's using it to get to and from Joburg.
I think he did pretty well.
Yeah. Well,
that bag's pretty easy. Yeah.
And he knows it. He knows
I think it was pretty easy.
John Miguel, thanks for sending the video through, and good luck, bugger.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope to see a Savage SA co-branded shirt. RDX is allowed to have one too, but good luck, Boyki, and we hope to see you draped in the honours of SA champ again. Miguel has won this before. So if he does, we'll get him in studio to come and tell us what the race was like. That could be cool.
Can't wait for that story.
He does have
That's
an
gonna be
actual day
great.
job, although he's an elite level cyclist. He doesn't actually work, so we'll need to just engineer that around him. But yeah, mate, good luck. And to everyone else, competing against Miguel. Good luck with that sprint if you have to go against it. Okay, next up, Vincent Lombard from the UK. Let's have a watch.
Good morning, Active Over. Vincent here from Rwanda, Taunton in the UK. Sunday morning, about to head out for a social run with Stride RC. One of my favourite runs of the week, with a good social vibe. And afterwards we're going to be catching up with Adam, who's the founder.
So Stride Run Club was started in the first place through me and a friend of mine who wanted to bring people together from various different backgrounds in a safe and inclusive space to enjoy purpose-filled movement. We're fortunate here in Taunton that we have lots of green outdoor spaces, and there's a lot of young people that want to get out and have a run. The one thing we didn't anticipate was just how many people would be coming along and seeking value and finding the benefits in what we do week to week. None of our runs are forged around running fast. They're about running together as one in a big group that's always on a social basis. So we find it's accessible to all level of runner, whether that's runners that are competing at the highest level of ultra running or marathons, and people that are coming to run their first 5K on a weekend. So the most rewarding thing that has come of Stride has to be the community and the belonging that people feel within the community. They've come from a wide variety of different backgrounds, they all have different running abilities, but they all come together and they feel this inclusive, safe space that's been created. They bounce off one another, the energy just pumps when they're all in a room together or when they're running together. And it's just created this environment where people can come along, they can have a run that's not necessarily a challenging run, but they can share their stories throughout the week and unload on all the debauchery that's been going on through the week and all that sort of stuff. But it's definitely the good news stories, the community and the belonging that comes with it. Stride's a place for anyone to come and enjoy. It's not aimed at any particular demographic of person. It's just aimed at someone that wants to come, enjoy being outside, enjoy some purposeful movement and meet like-minded individuals in a safe, inclusive space. They can do so without any worry or threat to themselves. It's a place where people can come, they can move, they can breathe, they can be hyper-social, they can escape from reality, they can just enjoy being outdoors. They can come and have a coffee and a cake post-run, they can be exactly who they want to be. They can escape the realities of life but immerse themselves into an environment that allows them to thrive, grow and achieve their best version of themselves.
Vince, you're an absolute legend. So I know Vincent from Benoni. We go way back. He coerced me into buying a Trek Commando way back when.
Okay. So you mentioned this story earlier. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think about that video quality? That's pretty badass.
That's really nice. Yeah. I like the perspective. I like the interactive. It's really, really good.
The street looks cool.
Street looks cool. And thank you for the horizontal video.
He did that all on his own. I don't know where he got the brief from. How's that run club? Isn't it crazy you can be on the other end of the world and people are doing the exact same thing for the exact same reason? Like, that's the power of sport. It's the power of running, of being active.
Yeah, it's the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, that video is awesome. Please, if you can, I'd dig to see a group pic, something we can put up in the following week, just on our page, like Stride Club from the UK. That's so sick. If you're ever here, please come and join us for a run. If we're ever there, we'd love to come and run the community. I don't know what to say other than this is just absolutely awesome. I didn't think our first batch of community-focused videos would be this rad. So big respect and big ups to Stride Run Club in the UK. Keep at it. Please tag us in any runs that you do. Let us know who's winning the leaderboard. Like, as interactive as you want to make this. Yeah, man, that's flipping awesome. Vince and the rest of the team there, thank you.
Thank you.
Adam, the founder, well done as well. It goes without saying. Like, we know the yards one has to cover to make these things happen. So great job, and hope to join you there someday. Vince, invite us over. That's it for the week.
Yeah, that's it. Until, I don't know.
yeah, Alec, until when? Tell us.
Until
Tell us when, Alec.
thank you and goodbye.